Nigga, I'm ill.
Yeah, motherfucker, I'm ill.
Rich man.
Motherfucker, I'm ill. Yeah, motherfucker, I'm ill. Yeah, tell me how do you feel?
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Before I start saying anything, I have to give y'all a special thanks. All of y'all, bro, y'all did this. Thank you for turning up that last video I just dropped. That video got mad love. Like, it was a nightmare uploading that thing, y'all, bro. I think I had to reset it like 3 times because my computer decided to crash. Because the clips, the longer the clip, the slower the computer goes. Because it's such a big file, like the quality, and it just slows everything down. It was a nightmare nonetheless, and y'all turned up, showed the video hella love, and I appreciate that. Like, I went to sleep, and this is another thing, I never get to watch what the video looks like until it's done and uploaded. So I didn't know if there was any error or anything. I just kind of went with it. So to go to sleep, wake up to those results and all the new subscribers and the views and the likes, like, I fuck with y'all so much for that, and I appreciate it. So I had to get that out there. Secondly, this is like the only other thing I want to talk about, then we'll jump straight into exactly why you clicked this video. Andre's car is so close to being done. I put in like mad work on it the other night, because I just spent the weekend away at I was house sitting for someone and pretty much had their house like as an Airbnb. It's pretty cool. I mean, it gave me some time to think and, you know, peace and quiet and away from home and shit, so that's always good. This car literally just needs tires and a battery. Like, the other day we did the crank bolt. Shout out to Thomas again, he helped me out with that. We broke that hole loose. One more shout out, sorry, Devin. I don't know if he hasn't been on my channel yet, but I'm gonna do a video with him. He just got a new car, and I'm not gonna tell you guys what the car is. We're just gonna do POV footage when I link up with him, because he's giving me 2 tires because he used to have an IS. He's gonna give me 2 tires that he have left, because we're gonna just put those on Andre's car, take my spare from my trunk, Andre's spare from his trunk, put on his car. That'll make the 4, so he'll have full set of tires ready to go, and his car will be back on the road, and all it will need is tags. So other than that, let's get straight into why you clicked this video. So before I start talking anything about this, we're gonna get 3 things straight. I have no bad blood with none of them. I don't hate them. I still have that same brotherly love for them, you know. They'll always have a special place in my heart, but it's just I have to hold that place from over here and not with them. And I'm about to explain my reasons for why. So as far as why we don't hang out anymore, I have to really blame the majority of that on just growth. We all grew, we went our own ways, we found our own paths. And, you know, one thing I want you to take from this video, if you don't take anything else, all the people you think that's going to be in your life forever, it just takes the right situations to wean out some of these people, you know. That was kind of like a prime example of what I went through. Like, for some of you, you know my situation, but when I moved, it was a really abrupt move. Like, from Oakland to Sac, it was really abrupt. Like, I lost my grandma, I lost my house, and, you know, it was either Vegas or here with my dad in Sac, and I wasn't really ready to make that move to Vegas at the time, you know. I was just more so like, I still felt like I had a lot of shit out here, a lot of my friends and shit I was holding on to, but it was just more so one of the members, I'm not even going to say any names because, you know, I don't want, like I said, I don't want this to be anything drama. I mean, this is shit that's happened to me. I feel like I have the right to talk about it. So this is like just one of the most requested things in my DM, believe it or not. Everybody's always asking, like, why I don't hang with this person no more, or what happened to this person, or what happened to Genbu. So, you know, I figured just make a video about it. So in the beginning with the first one, I'm not going to say his name, but if I've talked to you about this, you'll know. But I mean, if not, just picture yourself in my shoes real quick. So say you have a group of 2 people, right? Making 3, including yourself. But you have a group with 2 other people. These 2 people you're with every day. Y'all work on each other's cars with each other at the house, well, my house and shit. Nonetheless, you see 1, you see 3. We were always together. We did everything together. Cruises, car shows, car meets. You saw us always together. I let them into my personal life and hella shit. Open my home to them, my garage, storing shit, making big purchases, all the shit, you feel me? So I look at them like, these are my brothers, you feel me? Like, I'll do anything for them. I didn't push all the way to Sacramento for some other shit. Like, when I was living in Oakland, for some shit that had nothing to do with me, just because motherfuckers was trying to get over on my bros. So I pushed all the way to Sac to help him out with that, because anyway, that's besides the point. What I want y'all to picture yourself with, y'all in my shoes with, say you're with these 2 people. and then one of these two people are with another group of friends that's talking about me, right? My whole thing with that is, one, you didn't never come tell me that they were talking about me. I had to find this out from someone else. And that's not even the worst part in my eyes. The worst part in my eyes is that you didn't say nothing to them while they were talking about me. If it were me, I would have, you feel me? If they're talking about one of my boys, I'm feeling like, hold on, bro, like, you feel me? What? Like, you got my nigga fucked up. Like, oh, you saying that? All right, let me call him real quick. Say this to him right here. Like, don't be talking about him while you're around me. Like, if you're gonna do that shit, do it when I ain't around, because, nigga, I'm gonna call you out on it. I just, you feel me? I didn't expect him to do as much as that, because he's not as confrontational as me. So, I just figured he would at least said something to me at the very minimum. He was always the quiet one of the group, but, you know, he was still one of us. You feel me? And compared to when we first met him, like, he was for sure a different person. Like, this nigga, he started wilding out when he got around us. But it's not one day that goes by that I don't miss them. Like, all the times we used to spend together, from Facebook sending memories to my profile, like, oh, on 3 years ago this day, and I just see all of us carefree, young, having fun. You feel me? All the whips was clean. We was taking trips, doing this and that. Like, how many fucking car park trips we took together? That shit is crazy. But like I said, it definitely hits home for me, because it hits a little bit more home for me, because I feel like those two, they still somewhat hang out, and that shit I find a little strange, but I'll get into that in a minute. But as far as like why me and this one over here fell out, he never really genuinely face to face, man to man apologized to me for that shit, and I can't even begin to think about rekindling a friendship where it's someone I can't even trust you to step up for me if someone else is doing some shit like that behind my back. Because it's like, another thing I want you to take from this video, if you don't take nothing else from it, don't expect your actions through someone else. That's how you set expectations, and that's how you get hurt in the end. Because I expected him to feel me, like tell them how I would have did it. Like, it didn't even have to be nothing crazy. Just be like, oh, you feel me? Nah, y'all tripping, kudo, not like that, or you something. Because like, as long as you've been around me, you ain't never seen me steal shit. I ain't no motherfucking thief, and that's just that. So that's in the past, you feel me? I don't really even let that shit come up too much, but that definitely played a part into why me and this one over here does not talk anymore. The other one, on this hand, he just more so had too much on his own plate at the time. You feel me? He had a lot of personal shit going on, a rough breakup, his life and shit wasn't really where he wanted it at the time, so it was fucking with him. But where that went wrong was he was kind of emitting it onto the wrong people, aka me. I feel when it came to, even before I moved, when he was going through all this shit, I was always there for him. And when I did move, I was still there for him. Just because we weren't face to face, I was still there for him. Like, phone calls for dinner, 2-3 hours of my day, just listening to him vent, tell me about it, like how he feeling, all the shit. Like, even when he would come down here, or when I would go out there, we talk. But I just noticed, like, it started getting a little he started hanging out with another person and all these other groups of people, and it was just kind of like, okay. But when I ask him to come this way, it's always, oh, I ain't got the money for it, or I ain't got gas like that. But it's like, when I watch your stories, you done drove all the way over here, and you at the club and you drinking, and so I'm like, damn. Well, I mean, that requires money, that requires gas to get there, whether someone's spotting you or not. Like, if someone could spot you to go do this, why you can't be like, hey, you think you can spot me, like, you feel me, $20-$25, I'm trying to go do this, do that, I need gas to go kick it. You know, I'm pretty sure they would have said yeah the same way they would to you being in the club getting shit faced every fucking week. So I don't know, I just felt that shit was a little odd, because it's like, this is where it all went wrong, because I was expecting me out of him. It's like, if it were me, I would have for sure made way. If I seen you going through such a tough time, I would have stepped a lot harder for you, to make you feel like, bro, you're gonna get through this, you're not alone. But it's just like, he started seeing that shit in other people, and it's more so like, I was the one that's actually there for you. All these motherfuckers you was hanging out with, I don't know if they would step for you the same way I did. Because when you were going through a lot of that shit, I'm not gonna really even put his personal business out there, but you feel me, it's some shit that I did for him that I know nobody else would have. Because if that's the case, I wouldn't have had to do it. You would have got that help from them. Y'all might not know what I'm talking about, and like I said, I don't really want to go too in depth with it, but he knows what I'm talking about. And if either of you ever see this video, I don't hate y'all, bro. I still got that same love for y'all. Only reason I blocked y'all, believe it or not, is because I don't like having to see that shit every day. It's like, why the fuck, dude, I gotta watch y'all still be cool. He will talk about you to me, and then when I told you this, it was kind of like, oh, I'm cool off him, and then boom, y'all back hanging out. I was like, huh? And it makes me feel salty because it's like, damn, I'm still the only one over here alone. I'm watching two of my ex-best friends still kick it. And it make me feel like I did something wrong. But I know damn well I didn't, bro. And I'm not saying I'm the perfect friend or no shit like that. But what I'm not finna do is apologize for some shit that I did not do. That's out, bro. That's the direction that went. Like I said, there's no ill will towards either of them. I still got the same love for them, but I gotta love them from over here. Because it's like, y'all know what y'all did, and neither one of y'all have gave me that man-to-man, face-to-face apology, and that's the only way I can even think about rekindling anything with y'all. So for those of y'all who have been wondering all this time why I don't hang with this person no more, why I don't hang with that person no more, this is why. Another reason, this is gonna actually it's gonna kind of roll into another topic, but it's another video I wanted to make something about that topic anyway, so I'll just give you the gist of it. So the next video to look out for is going to be why I don't join car clubs and why I never was really big on car clubs. I feel like the main reason is just like I felt alone through that shit, like having to move, having to lose my grandma, having to relocate and find new connections, start a new life, new everything pretty much from the ground up. And it was like my car went down. I had to replace the motor 4 fucking times in Sacramento, 100-degree blazing weather. This shit just happened to happen in summertime, right? So it was just like when I was needing that help, and it wasn't even like I was asking them to come down here and do like the hard shit. Like the only person that will ever get credit for me for helping me through this shit was Waylon. What I looked for in them is what Waylon was doing, and I will never even begin to make an excuse for that, because it's like Waylon was more so. He didn't have a car or nothing, and I'm sitting here listening to motherfuckers complain about not having gas or their car is broken in. Like, when Waylon didn't have a car, he caught a train down here to help me out, and it was just like, bro, I still every day try to find ways to repay him for that shit, because he did not have to do that. He wasn't even an official member of my group like those two were, but it was just like, damn, like, he's stepping a whole lot harder for me. Like, to know someone out there really wanted me back on my feet the way he did, that shit meant a lot to me, bro. And that shit brought me and Waylon's friendship hella close, dude. Yeah, that was kind of like the icing on the cake for me. And then if you go on my channel, what video was that? I think that was I picked up my HKS bumper, and then my alternator broke in Hayward. That was another situation that kind of put the icing on the cake for this friend over here. But it's just hella more shit tied into it that didn't really make it onto social media. And I'm glad it didn't, because like I said, the reason I didn't ever explain to y'all why I stopped fucking with them is because I have respect for them still to this day. And the motherfuckers I used to take on Vince and talk hella shit and make funny ass videos roasting and trying to fight and shit, those motherfuckers I don't give a fuck about. But these two I still care about, you feel me? So I'm not finna get online and get to walling out over that shit. Like, that's just not right. It's not the right way to approach it. So I kept it cordial, and we just took the hard pill to swallow and just went our own ways. That's how it went. I'm glad that's how it went in that perspective, but as far as why we fell out, I wish it could have went differently, because I just feel there's a lot of unresolved shit. And until we all sit down and have that talk, I mean, it's just gonna continue to be like this. That's if that talk ever comes. You feel me? I'm not gonna. They're not obligated to apologize to me. They're not obligated to give that time to come to me about it. They're not obligated for none of that. But it would definitely be nice to, because like I said, bro, I miss them just as much as I'm pretty sure they miss me too. If they were my real friends, how I thought they were, I'm pretty sure they think about the times we used to have as well, because on my end, I know it was genuine. I missed all that shit, but just had to keep going, and I continue to keep going. So, yeah, that's pretty much in a nutshell what happened to Genbu. But eventually, I stopped making it a us thing and a me thing. I started branding Genbu as my own shit. I never pushed out merch. I explained that a couple videos back, why I never dropped merch, because I didn't want to step into it half-assed. Like, if I would have really been fucked. Because I thought about, just taking out what I needed to set aside to start merchant shit, but then look what happened. The group ended up falling apart, and I would have been stuck doing that shit by myself. So I'd rather learn how to do it by myself, so I already have it, instead of going through that L, because I feel like that would have just been a big ass loss. So that's why merch never came about. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much all of what happened to Genbu, y'all. I definitely like doing these, giving y'all a little bit more insight of certain situations that didn't really make it to the front screen. But if y'all like this, if y'all learned any lessons from it, or if y'all just liked hearing the story about what happened, you feel me? Like I said, I'm gonna try to get that the car club video one out next, and then me and Waylon gonna do one. It's like this conversation happens between us a lot, but every time it happens, the camera's never on. But I'm gonna do one with Waylon where we explain how our friendship started and where it is now, because y'all probably wouldn't believe me, but me and Waylon did not get along when I first met. Like, that shit ended up, it was bad. But I want to say that to talk about on camera with him to y'all, so that'll be one to look for in the future. But I've been doing good, keeping up this one video a week streak, and I'm gonna continue to do so. So like I said, y'all like this, show some love, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you, and I appreciate each and every one of you. See y'all next time, bro.
Them boys wanna beat me, I got these niggas jealous. Drop out of school, but you a fool, you think you finna test us. I bought some shoes for all the goons, call all my niggas steppers. Like by the rules, you treat you losing, ain't no room for extras. I fucked all under covers and now she feeling special. She said she leaving a nigga because I do it better. I heard it song when you see niggas know I'm on whatever. So the other niggas said they smoke, I bought a new Beretta.